It's the holiday season on the Indiana University campus. Students gather to celebrate and give thanks. But their feeling of well-being is shattered when rocks smash through the windows of 2 Jewish student centers and Hebrew texts are thrown into the toilet.
This is targeting. This is a crime. This is hate. This is anti-Semitism.
Somebody comes through in the dark of night and breaks out your window. You don't know what they're capable of doing. You don't know what their next step is going to be.
Jewish students and citizens are shaken, and for the entire community of Bloomington, the anti-Semitic vandalism reminds them of the deadly consequences of hate from another dark period in their town's history.
The suspect drove up to the Korean United Methodist Church and opened fire. 2 of the 4 shots struck Won Jun Yoon, killing the 26-year-old man who had just been admitted to Indiana University.
The 1999 murder of Won Jun Yoon by white supremacist and former IU student Ben Smith came at the tail end of a 2-state killing spree. But Smith's crusade of hate began before his murderous rampage, when as a student, he covered the IU campus with anti-Semitic flyers.
For some people, seeing a symbol of hate makes them immediately feel other, makes them tremble, makes them frightened.
Concerned residents came together to respond to the hate speech. Among them were campus officials, civic leaders, and members of the faith community. They call themselves Bloomington United.
And the thought was, let's get some signs up and circulating around the community. So the sign said, "Not in Bloomington," no hate speech. And these signs went like wildfire. I mean, they were everywhere. And you just felt a sense of unity and commitment.
12 years later, Bloomington residents must rely on lessons learned to stand with their Jewish neighbors targeted by vandalism.
I received hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of emails and phone calls and people saying, "What can we do? We don't want to see this happening. How do we show our support for the Jewish community?"
On the 5th night of Hanukkah, the community came together to light the menorah candles on the IU campus.
There had to be 200 to 300 people, maybe even more, that showed up on one of the coldest nights.
When the Maccabees overcame,
everybody that came to the mic talked about unity and talked about peace and talked about not being ruled by fear.
An attack on one is an attack on all, and it can become trite, though, if you don't back that up with action.
The Muslim community joined in the response. A few years prior, Bloomington United had supported them when the Islamic Center faced a similar act of vandalism.
When that happened in December, I think it was the right thing, the moral thing to do, to stand up against it as a community.
Indiana University condemns all acts of discrimination, especially the recent anti-Semitic vandalism here on the Bloomington campus. Welcome tonight's honorary captain, Rabbi Sue Lycon Silverberg.
When they gave me the ball, what they said was, "We stand united with the Jewish community," and that was in front of tens of thousands of people. This community has just stood up over and over and over again to say that we're united in our diversity and we don't tolerate hate directed at any group in this community, and that's really what makes me the most proud.